Welcome to today's episode of Inspire, Esteem Amplifying Voices. I'm your host, Rexsolomon's ilooks. In today's episode, we will be discussing a very interesting matters arising in Nigeria. The matters that most of you here have heard about and some you might not have heard about it. Today, we have someone very special in our studio that we will discuss with. Stay tuned as we bring forth the discussion. Welcome back. It's still your host, Rexsolomon's ilooks. We have someone in the studio, which is
Uncle Goody.
Uncle Goody. Yeah, this is Uncle Goody. Some of you might know him, some of you might not know him. He is an entertainer. He has been in the entertainment industry for years. He has been doing very wonderfully well. Today we are with him in the studio so we can discuss the recent occurrence, the recent happening. So, Mr. Goody,
Yes.
we have some issues we would like to ask you to know what you think about them.
Okay.
Yeah, as a Nigerian, as someone that have lived in Nigeria for years, we would like to know your thoughts, your feelings about the recent occurrence. Lately, there have been so many rumors, so many things going on since the last election. As it is right now, we've gotten a new president, a new government. So I would like you to tell us what you feel about this new government.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. It's no longer a rumor. It is known to all Nigerians that Nigerian on the 29th of May experienced the swearing in of a new president, which entails a new government into power. And judging by the first speech from our Mr. President, he said the livelihood of Nigerians is his number one priority. You understand? Well, we can't determine the new government from its first start. It is one days passes from day to months to year. Then we get to see the wonderful works they are yet to envelope to us. So let us, keep calm and watch.
Wow, I so much like what you say. You are trying to give Nigerians hope here that there is a very big hope. Just like you said, that his first speech that the citizens are the number one priority. Is number one
It's
priority.
number one priority.
Yeah. And this same first speech will lead us to another speech, which he also said on that same day, which is the removal of subsidy. Understand? Like, if the citizens are his number one priority, like, how do you see this subsidy issue?
Okay. Well, some Nigerians don't actually understand the subsidy on its own. You understand? When you talk about subsidy, Nigerians have crude oil. Okay, so that crude oil are being, exported to foreign countries because here in Nigeria we don't have enough refineries to refine those crude oil for us to get products like kerosene, fuel, and diesel. You understand? So because of that, we export those crude oils to foreign countries where it is being refined and then imported back or transported back to Nigeria. So now, the thing is this, when those crude oils are being refined and being imported back to Nigeria, we buy those refined products. So now, what they do is this: before they could bring up the price of selling it at a pump filling station, they check the cost of the refined products.
Okay.
Then they check the cost of transporting it back to Nigeria. They check the cost of clearing it from the ports. Then they check the cost of storage, and then the cost of distributing it to various destinations in Nigeria. So all those things are what is being checked to gather with the margin to gather the cost is being sold at the pump filling station or the filling station. So now, out of it, okay, let's just say that after checking all those things, it's costing about 300 naira,
Okay.
for instance.
Yeah.
That is the amount they're supposed to sell it. But the federal government will now be like, okay, they want Nigerians, to have, easily life, like
Yeah.
benefit little from it. So the federal government might take it up for them and said, okay, those sellers sell this fuel at the rate of 150. We, the federal government, will pay the half of the 150. So that is the subsidy you're talking of. And if you notice now, Nigeria has been owing people like China and the rest of them. Yeah, the people Nigeria, the federal government go to borrow money from to be able to pay the half of those money that is meant to be. So now, what the new president is now saying that they are no longer going to be paying them. Let them try and see the way they are going to pay back the ones they have borrowed, and of course use that money they are supposed to be borrowing or that from that subsidy of the thing, and then channel it into another thing. I think that's what he actually meant by removal of that subsidy.
Wow. Do you know that many people don't know what subsidy is? Like so many, I've been in the streets, so many people don't know what subsidy. So you see, this our program is actually educating you, educating everybody. At least if you don't know what is subsidy, today Uncle Goody here has explained it. So Uncle Goody, the first question, we are still revolving around that first question. Because in fact, that question is, in fact, it's Nigeria as of today.
Yes.
Nigeria as of today. That is that question. So that first question, you said something about time to come to know what the president or the government has installed for us. Time to come. So this is my second question. This is my third question now. Rather, is in a year time, what do you think with this subsidy issue and some other issues that are developing? What do you think the fate of Nigerians would be?
Okay. Well, to me, if actually the present governments are going to keep to their words of having the livelihood of every Nigerians as their priority, taking care of things, then I think in a year time we are going to, experience a better, Nigeria, because if maybe the money they are channeling into subsidy is what they want to utilize in other areas like the education aspects, paying the ASUs and the rest of them, making sure that there are good roads, good communications, and good avenue for importation and exportation of goods, and also encouraging people to go into agriculture. And of course, in a year time, Nigeria will be a better place. Okay, okay, that's
Yeah, you actually made a very big point because there are so many loopholes. Like Nigeria is, they say Nigeria is the giant of Africa, but just like if I want to say something about a song Techno sang Freedom, understand? The Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Giant of Africa, we know get constant electricity. It's very bad.
it's very bad.
It's very bad. So if removal of subsidy, like you said, or you hope that that's what they want to do, that they will channel this money into something like electricity, water, utility.
Utility.
Yeah, so it really makes sense. Yeah. Our viewers, I know that you people are really enjoying this show. We have one more question for him for today's show before he goes. So, Mr. Goody,
Okay.
this question I want to ask you now is just too funny. Like, I don't mean just too funny. No, I don't mean just too funny, but this one is very funny because, lately, I've been going through Twitter, some social media, even my WhatsApp status.
Okay.
We're seeing some status like you see picture of the president with a headline. Then the headline will just write so many things. The other one they said you can do Yahoo, it's free. You can do this one, you can do that one. So I was like, wait, does it mean that our president actually said all these things? Like, please, I want you to tell us, please.
Okay. I would say you are the only one with such experience. I myself have also seen it because we all use social media. I've gone through some WhatsApp status, even on Twitter, many places, even on Facebook. You see some persons posting stuff like that. Well, I will tell you here and now that Mr. President won't come, into seats or as his first speech as a president of the country in front of national TV and be saying that young guys or young ladies or should go into Yahoo or be saying things like those without nyash will be killed. It's very not acceptable and is out of place. So I believe that those are not actually the words of Mr. President. It is actually photoshopped.
Wow.
So Nigerians, they are always
very creative.
They're very creative in those areas. They will try to make fun out of everything. Even serious issues are being taken for granted. So I would say that that's not from Mr. President. It's actually photoshopped.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I thank God for bringing you to the show because even me, like, this thing has been driving me crazy. I'm like, president, how? Like, but then, funny enough, I've gone to research, but I couldn't find any video, any reference there. But then, it's many people in the street. Funny enough, when you go to the street, you will see people that are even arguing that he said it, like that, because this thing looked too real. So
that's a more reason why they should, listen to programs like this, so that they will get to know the truth.
That's the truth.
From rumors you hear in the streets.
Yeah.
You understand? Because sometimes the social medias, kind of misplace or misinterpret some certain situations. So this Mr. President won't say something like that. Yeah. So it's all photoshopped. Thank you.
Wow, it's very, very interesting. I know you guys are enjoying the show. Having Uncle Goody in the studio, this is a very I'm pleased, I'm honored to have you around. Okay. It's an honor. Thank you. We hope to see you around soon.
Anytime.
Okay. This channel is made for you. It's made for the happenings in Nigeria, the new government, the rumors, the gossips, everything, the trending matters. Come to this channel. You will see them. We will tell the people if it is true or lies, just like the Photoshop that Mr. Goody said. So, like that. Till next time, I still remain your host, Rexsolomon's ilooks. Thank you.